House price forecast. What will happen to the housing market in 2023 after the economic turbulence of 2022? You may be wondering about the house price forecast for 2023. We look at how it started, how it's going, and what's in store for the housing market in 2023. When it comes to making a house price forecast, no one really knows what will happen. That said, there are numerous factors we can take into account and experts we can ask to help make an educated guess, and in turn inform your decisions for your home, whether you're selling, buying, or staying put. Read on for our house price forecast for 2023 and what it might mean for you. What's happening with house prices now? Despite the economic uncertainty in 2022, house prices had remained firm for much of the year. However, Nationwide's house price index shows this changed as the year wore on. Its latest figures show average UK house prices fell in February by 0.5%, the sixth drop in a row, leaving prices 3.7% down from their August peak, after taking account of seasonal effects. The figures also show house prices are down 1.1% year-on-year in February 2023, the first annual decline since June 2020 and the weakest since November 2012. The average UK house price in February 2023 is £257,406, while in February 2022 it was £260,230, according to Nationwide. The subdued market at the moment no doubt reflects the impact the mini-budget has had on the financial markets last September. But there are signs that consumer sentiment has improved in recent months. Will house prices drop in 2023? So will house prices drop in 2023? Yes, it looks likely, but by how much? The September mini-budget prompted a house price forecast of a drop by a whopping 20%. But housing market predictions in the UK became less dramatic since Lloyds Bank forecast house prices to fall by 8% in 2023. Zoopla said it expects house price falls of up to 5% in 2023. Property consultancy company JLL has forecast house prices in the UK will drop by 6% in 2023. While housing expert and buying agent Henry Pryor says he expects house prices to slip slowly through the year ending 2023 down by around 10%. Should we expect the housing market to crash? Homeowners Alliance CEO Paula Higgins says, "It's understandable that people get nervous when they hear predictions of a house price crash being bandied about. It's too hard to predict whether there will be a crash where prices plummet. We must remember it didn't happen with Brexit, it didn't happen with the pandemic, and we still have a fundamental shortage of housing." Considering the difficult factors homeowners face, from increased mortgage costs and the cost of living crisis, it seems sensible to assume house prices will drop further next year. But after so many years of house price inflation, we think this is more likely to be a correction than a crash. A house price crash didn't happen with Brexit, it didn't happen with the pandemic, and we still have a fundamental shortage of housing. Paula adds, a greater concern to most homeowners will be the increase in mortgage costs many are facing, especially coupled with rising living costs. However, the affordability tests when taking out a mortgage that were introduced after the 2008 financial crash means people should be better placed to cope with the increased costs than they would have been otherwise. But we would encourage homeowners to frequently check they're on the best mortgage rate. With the current cost of living crisis and the rate at which deals are changing, using a fee-free mortgage broker to do the hard work for you is a no-brainer. Housing experts' house price forecasts for 2023 prices will drop around 10%, but no crash in sight. Housing expert and buying agent Henry Pryor says, "I expect house prices to slip slowly through the year ending 2023 down by around 10%. In their March update, Nationwide has recorded the first fall in their index on an annual basis since 2012. Remember though, once you factor in inflation, house prices are down 11% in real terms. Like a supertanker, the housing market always takes longer to change direction than one thinks. I don't expect a crash as we don't have a trigger event such as widespread repossessions. I don't expect a significant number of homes being put up for sale to cause prices to plummet. There will be some who find themselves over-leveraged and unable to afford higher interest rates, but I expect this to be a relatively small number. I don't expect a crash as we don't have a trigger event. Transaction volumes, however, will shrink from the 1.2 meters that we expect to end 2022 with when we count them all up, and the 1.5 meters in 2021, due in very large part to the stamp duty holiday. In 2023 we may see only 750,000 homes. Sellers buyers wait for the crash that doesn't come, and sellers lack the incentive to move. Rents will continue to rise, in some places by 10% or more, as stock levels remain subdued and demand remains strong. Some buy-to-let landlords will give up having got their sums wrong and being unable to service their funding directly by raising rents, but most will stay. Changes to legislation will also provoke some landlords to sell up.